going on, Maya?
We made it. Hey, we made it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We made it.
Hey, we made it.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome to the first episode of Take It For What It's Worth, where we discuss business, mindset, relationships, and how to obtain success the right way. Desiree, how you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling pretty good. How you feeling, Maya?
I'm feeling good. It's Tuesday. It was a long day.
It was a long day, but I don't think y'all heard her real quick. I think she said that this podcast is called Take It For What It's Worth.
Correct.
So through this episode, y'all need to make sure that y'all taking it for what it's worth.
Period. And if you don't want to take it, don't hate, just don't take it. You hear me? Bow down. Okay, so we are starting off this podcast really just to let y'all know what y'all in store for, let y'all know a little bit about us if you guys don't know us already. Des, tell them how you met the best branding strategist out here.
Real quick, y'all, real quick. As y'all know, if you don't know, make sure Building with Des. If you don't know, I go by Building with Des, Desi, Big Desi,
Big
whatever
Des.
you feeling. I met Maya basically off Instagram. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. That's
I met
the
Maya
topic.
off Instagram, and it's very important. We're going to dive into this.
On that Instagram play into how we got, that's important.
And it's not how long you know somebody. I need y'all to get that out y'all head.
Rewind that back so they ain't hear that.
It's not about how long you know somebody. Real quick though, but I do want to dive into how I met Maya, man. I think it was a DM or something, Maya. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm starting Building with Des. I'm helping people build their business credit.
No, Des, it wasn't a DM.
What it was?
Shorty just booked a consultation. Popped up on me.
Oh.
And that's Big Des. That's Desiree McPhee. If you don't know, she don't ask no questions. She get right to it. I looked up one day, consultation booked. Don't know who it is.
Simple. Real quick. So, book the consultation, y'all. Fast forward. Don't want to hold y'all for too long. But me and Maya started off as strictly business.
Yep.
Meaning, I pay her for her services. She, in return, give me what I need for paying her, right?
Boom.
So, at the end of the day, it started off just like that. Like, she was making graphics for me. It's to the point, she was almost my, counselor? Like,
yeah, I was a little bit of a business development strategist.
everything in one. I was almost asking Maya, girl, what you feel about this? What if I drop this? What you think about this? So it's important, y'all, that we built a connection, built a bond off a business.
Yep. Let me pause you right there, sis.
Pause me.
Not only is it super dope that we built a friendship off of business, but I also want to go back to that point where she felt comfortable to call me for anything. Even if you're a new business owner or an established business owner, creating a comfortable relationship for your client could turn into a relationship that's more beneficial than having you as a client, which we'll get to later. So that's why it's so important to have customer service and be engaging with because you never know who you talking to. I was talking to my new best friend, didn't even know it.
But yes, y'all, that's how we started, man. My girl, y'all, she got on me a couple of weeks. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna put on Spotlight. She got on me, but it actually made me, stand on my 10 toes. She said, Desiree, can you stop introducing me as your graphic designer or whatever the case may be? We're now business
She was
partners.
trying to downplay me.
My bad, Maya.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so I had to
just don't do it again.
I had to straighten that because that's where we start off. You feel what I'm saying? So I did have that in my head. Even your name on my phone was Maya, content creator. So definitely switcheroo.
It's 2023. I'm
and
being
I can
big.
say I'm glad I met you.
Well, thank you, honey. Oh, silly. She's so happy to meet me.
But yes, y'all. So that was just a short story, and we wanted to dive into that topic because we need to go into accountability. And Maya held me accountable.
Yes.
Y'all, this podcast, who held you accountable, Maya?
Desiree McPhee. No, that's what I was about to go into. So before we even go into accountability and consistency and self-discipline, let's stay on this topic about even how we got to this part to this podcast. Because even throughout, me and Desiree have only been friends for what now, a year and a half?
Yep.
Going on a year and a half. We've already took some trips together, and now we're doing endeavors where we're partnering as business people and doing some, things together, not even separately, but as a unit. And through that journey, I've switched, and she's been my accountability partner, and then she switched, and I've been her accountability partner. So when you're looking for your accountability partner, which we're about to dive into, it can always switcheroo. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it need to be consistent.
Because the crazy part, not to cut you off, Maya.
Go ahead, talk to him.
In my previous circle, and y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to this podcast because we getting deep. But in my previous circle, I was the only accountability partner.
Facts.
So it's important.
Same.
It's important.
It's important.
To take that criticism.
It's a little bit of a refresher, right? Because me and Desiree, even how we got to this podcast, we started this podcast because we had so many intellectual conversations. Like it's like meeting of the minds. I'm a realtor, by the way. In the contract where you're negotiating, they use a term in school called meeting of the minds, and it's coming together and really meeting of the minds, really working that out. And yeah, it's crazy how you could be friends with somebody for years and a switch, not even on purpose.
It was meant to happen.
It was meant to happen.
Let's cheers on that.
Toast. Take it for what it's worth.
Take it for what it's worth.
Okay, so get into how we got here, Des, because I'm not gonna lie. Desiree has been wanting to do this podcast for a minute. I have been wanting to do it. Okay. I've been wanting to do it for a minute as well, but Desiree was my accountability partner. You pushed me.
I had to push Maya because a lot of people tell me, and y'all comment below. Y'all let me know.
Please.
A lot of people tell me they like my voice. They like who I am. They like, don't change.
They like you, sir.
When you start this podcast, they love me, sir.
Okay.
When you start this podcast, be yourself. And that's what I'm giving y'all. So not only are y'all getting the professional building with Des, but y'all getting Big Desi, Desiree, Desi, Chabella, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case you want to call it. So y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned and comment below.
Please.
Me and Mike.
Let us know.
You feel
Let
us know.
Let us know. So let's get into the topic. Let's talk about it. We're talking about consistency. We're talking about self-discipline, because you can't be consistent if you're not self-disciplined. Am I right?
Come on now.
Okay, so us even planning out this podcast, it took us 3 months of talking.
Hold on. I think people need to hear this, Maya. We talked about it for what?
For 3 months.
3 months. Now, we could have talked about it, sat on it, dreamed about it, and never started, but we here today. So it's important, y'all.
We made it.
We stayed consistent.
We stayed consistent.
Y'all, we stayed consistent. Even when Maya was looking at me crazy in the stone, like, Maya, I don't care. We finna do it. Okay.
And this is why I'm so glad you brought this up, Desiree, because this is when I learned that there's different types of accountability partners. There's different type of a push. People go into this way like, ooh, I want friends that's gonna push me, or I need accountability, or I want all of this. And then when you have the opportunity to get it, you tense up. And that, talk to them.
You scared.
You scared.
You scared. You fearful.
I was like that. Like, we go into the store, Desiree, like, okay, we getting this, what we need. And I'm like, oh.
Maya on the side, y'all, like, Desiree, we need to get both mics. We need to get both stands. That's what we getting today. That's what we getting today.
Then I'm not like, we gotta do it today. Yes, we do have to do it today, because if we don't do it today,
we won't do it at all.
And look at us.
And I'm gonna stop it right there. If you don't do it right then and there, if you don't do it scared, shouts out to my mentor. Do everything that you want to do in life scared.
Right now.
Do everything you want to do in life scared. See, the word fear means nothing but it's new to you. So that's why you fear it, because you never did it before. Simple.
I like that.
Simple.
I like that.
Simple. You know what I'm saying? So that's important, Maya, but I pushed my girl here. Okay, so my girl is here, and at the end of the day, y'all finna get not only me, but y'all finna get Maya, who's a realtor. Y'all finna get me dropping gems on personal credit, business credit.
Facts.
Let's talk about it, leveraging.
Yep.
Let's talk about it, building generational
wealth, success, mindset. you know, we and so many people push that word like it's trending. Like right now, y'all, social media presence has getting people to feel like everybody can be an entrepreneur.
Yep.
Has feeling like everybody can do, I guess I could say, in other words. And it takes a mindset. I was just telling my little brother today, like, this entrepreneurship is a little ugly. You know what I'm saying? In the first couple of years, it's ugly. It ain't cute.
It's ugly.
It ain't
it's
cute.
Grind.
It's giving Respucia. It's giving Norbit. It's giving fat and ugly. You know what I'm saying? But I know that there's a fat check at the end of the road if I keep pushing. It's a fat check.
It's a fat check.
So I guess I should say it's giving Norbit in the beginning, but at the end you gonna hit that Respucia check.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's really what it is.
But. Real quick, y'all.
Desiree has Tourette's.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and let y'all know this now. So if you ever hear us, or I
might just have an outburst. You know what I'm saying?
That's her Tourette's.
Whatever God willing is at the moment, that's what happens. But that's who y'all get. And what we was on, consistency.
We was on consistency. We was on self-discipline. So we was talking about how we stay consistent in the podcast. What are some things that, and I guess I'll ask you this, Tess, that because it's a new year.
It's a new year.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's day 9. It's
Ninth?
day 10. It's day 10.
Okay.
It's day 10 of the new year. So we're already 10 days into 2023. What are some things that you're doing that you could share with the audience, with the family, that you're working on being consistent in this year?
Just growing my brand, y'all, is very, very important. But I would say this. Let me give y'all, I don't like to say homework, but let me give y'all something to do, something to take notes on. Start your agenda, right? But when you start the agenda, make sure it's something that you're able to do every single day. We're not slacking on this 7 days a week. What they say, 30, 60 days to break a habit.
Yep.
Okay, so do this consistently, and I promise.
Really 30 to 45.
30 to 45 days.
People want to say 21, but that's not safe. It ain't safe.
Okay, it's not safe. But do your schedule. Start it off like get up in the morning, meditate. Y'all, I know it sounds so crazy, like, what is she talking about? But I promise you, being consistent with those little daily routines, those nightly routines will make you more consistent in your business, or, you know, maybe you're investing into real estate, whatever the case may be.
Let me pause you real quick. And it's not just what Desiree is saying, the gems that she's dropping about how to set up consistency.
Right.
It's easier to say, oh, we're being consistent for our business. But those little things like waking up and meditating, or waking up at 7 a.m. and I'm going to go work out, whatever you're setting up for yourself, that's that mindset shift. And if you're not able to do that, how can you able to make those big plays when mindset is you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
When it's time to play.
When it's time to play. If I can't stay disciplined in waking up every single day, something I told myself I was going to do.
Yes, ma'am.
How can I stay disciplined to
anything that I want to put my mind to? It doesn't matter, y'all. It sounds good. And that's why most businesses, we're not going to get into statistics, but after a year, they give up. Or they fail. Because it's like we think instant gratification is supposed to happen.
It's
overnight.
Not real. I
think the pandemic did that.
The pandemic definitely did that. But also, too, even prior to the pandemic, I think it made it more comfortable. Like it was a social thing, like, okay, instant, like that's the norm, I guess. But I feel like in our community, specifically.
What's our community, Maya?
The Black community, my people.
What age group?
All age groups. I think it's a generational thing in our community that we get an instant thing and we move off of that. Like, for example, say, and I hate to be stereotypical, but I just feel like I see it more in our community. You give somebody $100,000, and this is prior to the pandemic.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. The pandemic made it normal for instant gratification because of social media and because people were just everybody at home. So you could go viral instantly.
Right.
But the idea of instant gratification, the idea of getting something and then not planning for it, not setting it up, not leveraging what you're getting, because leverage does not go with money. It doesn't go with just, it's anything in life. You can leverage anything. I leverage my mom's space to shoot things with. That's a leverage. You know what? Anything that's going to help you increase what you're trying to do is a leverage. Exactly. So, but we used to, because even for, like, I know people who have received money, right, large lump sums prior to the PPPs and all, and it's gone within 1 year. That to me is a false. It's not good. That instant grat. I hate that word, son. I hate that word. It gets misconstrued a lot.
And
keep going.
Be consistent and start with yourself first. That's what me and Maya is basically trying to sum up. Start with yourself, and then it will flow in your business because you already did it personally. For you. Right. For self.
Not for money, not for clout, but you did it
for self.
I like that. I also like to, even with the schedule thing or even setting up, know yourself. Okay? This is not...
Set your boundaries.
And like we're saying now, know yourself. Desiree may say...
Set your boundaries.
She's the type of person where she write everything down. I'm talking about pen and paper.
Yeah.
Me... I might have my schedule written down, but I'm also a type of person where I need alarms. I have 1,000 alarms that go off a day. That's me knowing me. I got an alarm that tell me, put your phone down. You're driving. Yeah. Because I'm always driving and I'm always texting and driving. I'm going to kill somebody. Okay? And took too many damn driving courses for all of that. So not only setting up systems for you, but setting up systems that work specifically for you. Don't go on. This is the thing. People go on Instagram and find a person with a whole bunch of followers, or y'all might tune in to this podcast and take what Desiree say and go
run with it. No, find out what works for you. Find out what works for you.
Bow out.
Now she got this new thing of buy the house.
Yeah, y'all know.
You know what I'm saying?
I told Des I was gonna say it on here, but y'all know it's probably not trending now because I mean it trends so much. It's the Snoop. I'm Snoop Dogg. I'm 25 and I'm winning. Buy the house. Dun-dun-dun-dun. It just sound good, don't it?
She need a little help, y'all.
I love Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Doggy.
You know he just dropped a kid show.
No, I did not know that.
Yes, it is a kid purple Snoop Dogg. And
kid purple Snoop Dogg.
That is success the right way. And that's one of the 4 things that we talk. Come on, this business is about discussion of business, relationships, mindset, and how to obtain success the right way. I think he did great with that. Okay, back to it. Self-discipline. So we got consistency.
But let's ask you the question, Ma. You ain't off the fly. What can you tell these people that you do on a day-to-day that helps you be consistent? Now, mine is a routine. I feel like start with a routine, but it's yours watching podcasts daily. It's yours. Like, how do you stay consistent? Is it motivational, videos, podcasts, a certain person on Instagram? Like, help the people out because some people don't know where to start.
You're right.
Some people don't know where to start. And I think that's important because we want better for ourselves. But we don't know where to start.
That's very true. So me personally, I'm definitely a routine. I'm a systems person. However, going deep into my self-healing, check out Maya Mondays for all the self-healing topics and shows. All right, getting back to it. I start my day with E.T., the hip hop preacher. It's my go-to motivational person. I tried here recently, which I'm so proud of myself for. I've been waking up at 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Come on, 7:30.
8 o'clock.
And y'all drop below what time y'all wake up.
Yeah, because that's important. How you start your day is very, very, very important. But I wake up, and here recently, 10 days strong, I've been doing yoga with your girl.
Let's go, yoga.
Yes, I've been doing yoga. So finding something, and then when my husband is home in the morning, whatever you can do to exercise, follow me. exercising in the morning, doing a motivational. If you're not a meditator, I'm not a meditator. My mind runs too much. I can't meditate. So I do ET. But that still gives me that peace of mind a little bit. That still gives me that motivation for the day. And then I found myself here too, which I just told you about yesterday when I was at your house. I got to get out of my house. If you're an entrepreneur that works at home,
get out your house.
Get out your house. Your house is not your office.
You find yourself being more productive and consistent.
And not only that, uncomfortable. And uncomfortable pushes you to get the shit done.
Speaking of uncomfortable,
talk to me.
And it's so crazy, Maya, because I think a lot of people know Desiree, right? I think you know, I graduated 2015. You all,
you famous, girl.
As you all know, I'm 25 years old. I'm a 25-year-old entrepreneur and things of that nature. But that's just a little bit about me. But what I was going into is
what
I was going into
was consistency, uncomfortability,
being uncomfortable.
Yep.
So it's very important, you all, to get uncomfortable. To get uncomfortable. I'm telling you right now that I paid for 3,000, 4,000, crazy numbers where people were looking at me crazy. I paid for crazy things because getting into those rooms with millionaires and billionaires makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And sometimes as a human, we work best with our backs against the wall.
Correct.
So when you are in the room and you think you've been doing something as a business, you think you've been hitting your sales, but you get into the room with somebody that's telling you they want to make $1 million a year, $1 million a month, you almost think it's impossible. Impossible. You almost think it's impossible, right? But it's possible. It's definitely possible, but you have to surround yourself
with the people that's doing it.
Well, where you're trying to go.
Yep, with where you're trying to go.
So I paid for high ticket mentorships. I paid for Zoom calls, webinars, live events to get into the rooms, to get uncomfortable, to network. You never know who you'll meet inside the rooms. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to leave it there because start getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So if that means paying for a high ticket class or whatever the case may be, or going to a networking event and you're scared around the people, or you get people all the time that say I'm antisocial, I don't really talk to people. Get out of it.
Yeah, get out of it.
Get out of it.
Because if you can't talk, you can't get no money.
Simple.
Period. And let's talk about the uncomfortability too a little bit more, because even if you guys want a little practice, even practicing being uncomfortable with purchasing something a little bit out of your budget, or, you know what I'm saying, maybe flying first class, or, you know, maybe going to that restaurant that you always wanted to go to by yourself. It's a little uncomfortable, you know, but test the waters and start changing your mindset to be okay with uncomfortable situations. We not telling you, go ahead, go be uncomfortable and run up to damn Bill Gates and tell him to, we're not saying that.
Right.
Start small, but you have to practice those small things.
Right.
Even with just being uncomfortable with spending money. Because I think a lot of people can't even get past spending a little bit of money to get in those places to make them feel uncomfortable.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying, sir?
Right. That definitely makes sense. And I want to dive into also what my mentor had told me as well. Start living in the life that you want to live, right? What do you mean, Desiree?
What do you mean?
When you catch Uber,
get a black truck.
Get a black truck. When you fly
first class.
Out of state, get on first class. We have to start experiencing
things,
what we want, right? So we want to be this person, or we want to be this, whatever the case may be. We got to start experiencing how they live, how they move, how they talk, and getting into certain networking rooms will already tell you how they talk. Flying first class will tell you how they already move, they living, right? So like, start doing things like that you don't do on the normal,
and that you don't, and that also makes me think about, that goes back to knowing yourself. I'm a type of person where I need to be uncomfortable. My back needs to be pushed up against the wall. That's me. Okay, you might be a type of person where you need to experience how a person lives before you go and speak to them in those rooms. Let me just live a little bit, you know, let me go rent that nice car and drive it around. And it's like, damn, If my mentor driving this car on the regular and I'm driving around I know I can do it.
Come on now.
Now let me go talk to my mentor and ask him a few questions on how I can get this. And it don't even got to be it could be whoever or whatever brings you that inspiration. But figuring out what makes you move. Because, you know.
What makes you hustle, grind,
and execute. What makes you do? A lot of people too, I think in this generation too, especially younger people, because we're young. And I think that generations, I'm so grateful that I had an experience prior to COVID, even though we're young, where I had worked and I gained work ethic and I gained those type of, you know what I'm saying? Those type of skill sets.
And we'll dive into that.
We'll go into that.
We'll dive into that, but that's important though. Just to touch on it, y'all understand that working a 9 to 5 is okay, right?
It
Who
is
says
okay.
it? You got to be in there forever. But take those skill sets and put it into your business. And we're going to stop it there, but that's the main thing. Stop thinking that getting a job will not help you in your entrepreneurship, and you'll be surprised. But we'll
say that for the next episode. Tune in, okay? But yeah, I was basically going into prior to COVID. I'm happy that I had that time because I feel like I remember where I was at now. Knowing your whys. I feel like now with social media,
knowing
and
your
just
what?
Your why, your younger generation. And I was just listening to a E.T., my hip hop. And for the first, I listened to him multiple times, but the first time I heard it, I thought he said anger, but he was really saying anchor.
Anchor.
Not anger. But when he was saying, he was like, you got to have an anger. And then it made me think like, damn, do I really need to have an anger? Because I feel like young people feel like they have to go through something to be that why.
And we'll talk about that too as well. Matter of fact, that's our second episode of how we opposite and how we trap, because you was raised, if you know, and let the people know, Maya was raised different from I was raised.
Correct.
And that will be a topic for us as well, you all, like, but it's not about where you come from.
It's not about where you come from, but where you going.
But where you going.
And how far you really want to go. And is your backpack suited up for you to take these hikes down?
Even if you got the knowledge growing up, if you didn't, you still can get it. You still can get it.
It's obtained. It's out here.
You still can get it. For
so
sure.
That's what it's crazy how folks feel like they need
a story.
A story.
Matter of fact, not even
grow.
a story, because everybody got a story, but
a struggle.
A struggle.
That's what it is.
And everybody don't come from that.
You don't have to have a struggle to be successful.
You sure don't.
Your mindset. You're altering and changing the paradigm. Let's use big words.
I like that.
I'm feeling fancy today.
Let's go fancy.
The paradigm of your mind, and I hope I'm using that correctly. But changing that, it requires hustle, grind, and execution. It doesn't talk about struggle. Yep. When you're hustling. It don't talk about struggle when you're grinding.
Right.
It don't talk about none of that. Now what E.T., when I reheard it the second time, I heard anchor. And anchor are boundaries.
And what we just say earlier, that you have to set boundaries. I don't care if it's for your sister, your mama, your cousin, your friend, your business partner,
your husband,
your
fiance,
whatever the case may be. You have to set boundaries.
Boundaries. And boundaries are tested every single day. Prime example. Today, I was supposed to leave work at 3:00.
Let's talk about it. 3:00. I called Maya at.
She called me at 4. I didn't answer because I had not.
I got a little nervous. I thought that the consistency
too.
in Maya done left me, but I said I'm finna drag her to the podcast. So y'all got Maya today. Because she here, but I was finna have to drag her here.
Yeah, we might have had to scrap for it.
My girl said, and we was gonna have to scrap, and we were still gonna get
on this show
and be consistent and help you all know that this podcast is for you to take it for what it's worth.
Take it for what it's worth. No, but boundaries are you're tested on boundaries every single day. Tell me some boundaries that you've been setting for yourself that universe tests you with every day. It could be time. It could be waking. You know, what boundaries did you set up to where it's like, damn, I'm tested every single day?
So basically the boundaries I got set up is like,
mine's is time. I'm horrible with time.
Being able, first of all, stop being scared to say no. right? I had to work on this because
that's a good one.
It's important because literally we say yes, and we don't set boundaries so people can understand that it's not always a yes when you come to me.
And I struggle
But if you don't
with
set
that
boundary, then you always a yes man.
Yes.
That's a prime example of a one.
Yes.
Another thing is setting boundaries on
what you doing for yourself. The no's and the yeses are for other people, but boundaries that we do for each other. Like I'm gonna get up at a certain time. It's a boundary, it's a goal, it's everything in between.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But definitely set them boundaries because people will step all over you like a cockroach.
Yep.
Again, a cockroach.
And a yes man cannot be successful.
And a yes man cannot. You gotta say no a million times because if you say yes, you will never get to where you're trying to go because you so much of a yes man that everybody runs to you. So say that no. It feels good to say no sometimes.
It feel good.
It feel good to say no sometimes. You heard what I'm saying?
Out.
You almost gotta feel it. When a person asks you something, you like, nope, I can't do it. And you say it with a smile. You hit it with, nope, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that.
Seriously.
I feel that. And that's honestly something I'm going to challenge myself to do.
And I challenge y'all.
Because don't get this podcast and this beautiful setup to confuse you. We are actively working on being the best version of us because being the best version of you is life changing.
Actually, I need y'all to understand when we speaking to y'all on this podcast, we speaking to ourselves half of the time.
Yes.
But sometimes we got to hear it. Y'all know what's crazy?
What's crazy, sis?
What's crazy is you will know the answer to something, but you gotta almost say, Maya, you think I should do it like this? You gotta say it out loud because when you say it in your head, you really you iffy. But when you say it out loud, you be like, oh girl, you ain't even gotta goddamn say
so
nothing.
Right.
I know.
I already know.
Yep. So sometimes when we're speaking to you all, we also speaking to ourselves. So don't take anything personal. Know that we're growing as a person and we understand that we want you all to take it for what it's worth and grow as a person as well.
Exactly.
So that's important that we be talking to ourselves sometimes too,
all
y'all.
the time.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it because we stay talking.
We
Anytime
stay
I'm
talking
talking,
about
I'm
it.
talking to myself.
And I'm sorry, y'all. For real, why this podcast is up, because we already talked about how people like how I am. People love Maya. She's the bubbly one, but she really crazy. We ain't gonna speak on that. Y'all will see within the seasons that she's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe not.
It's important to know your why.
And
I'm going back to
know your why.
Because our why was like, we have deep conversations at the house, sipping our menage a trois.
Only wine she drinks.
You know, only wine I drink. Menage a trois dolce.
Dolce.
Okay? That's the only wine we sip on.
Bye, Desiree.
Lord have mercy.
It's deposits for me.
Okay.
Her name is Desiree and she liked
Hold on though. If you gonna start the rap off, you gotta start it off right.
Start it off right. So bring it to the stage, Big Desi.
Let's go. My name is Desiree and I like to play.
What?
I like to do my homework every day.
Day.
Don't ask me what the rest of my rap. I made that in elementary school. So y'all let me know how y'all like that rap. I'm gonna say it one more time.
You ain't got to do all that.
My name is Desiree and I like to play.
I
like to do my homework every day.
Yeah, she don't got nothing else after that. That's why she
she
said one time.
Either way, watch that go viral.
Watch it go viral. And if it do,
my name Desiree.
And you always fucking play.
Like to play. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? I always like to play. And when I ain't playing, I don't think you want to see that side. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. I'm Desiree. I'm 25 years old. I am a Taurus.
You said that. Okay, so we're reintroducing ourselves. All right, and go. My name is Maya, and I'm here to sell your home. If you also need graphics, websites, designs, hit me up at Maya Burrs & Co.
What my girl say, bad credit, no credit, or even mid credit. I am your girl, Building with Des. Make sure y'all follow me at Building with Des.
Building with Des. I'm also 24. Desiree was older than me. Mm-hmm. As you can see,
I'm older
by a few months. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm also a Gemini, but it's crazy though.
Pause, y'all. Pause. She said she's a Gemini. Those are two 3 different people.
Don't do that.
There's like
Don't
2
do
to 3
that.
different people. And
Don't
anybody
do
can
that.
vouch for me that Geminis are 2 to 3 different people. Y'all, first of all, dropping below if you're a
She's doing
Gemini
a
or
lot.
if you're a Taurus gang. Drop below if you're a Gemini
And if y'all
gang
don't say
or
Gemini,
a Taurus gang.
if y'all don't, it's a problem.
She said it's a problem if you don't say Gemini.
No, I'm just kidding. That was the other side. No, but I was gonna say, because you know I'm a horoscope queen. And
Please don't get her started, y'all.
I ain't gonna do too much. That'll take up the whole podcast. But it's crazy though that because Taurus and Gemini are not compatible
At all. We neck and neck because we behind each other.
Correct.
I'm actually on the cuffs.
and she's
to
a
be
bull.
Gemini.
So don't let Desiree, don't let this fool you. Okay, she's really a bull. Scrap.
She said that, y'all.
But my love, my Venus, which is the planet of love, is ruled by Taurus, and Venus is also Taurus is the Venus, like God, I guess. You know, like Taurus conquers Venus. Every planet has its own like conqueror type.
That
of
makes
thing.
sense because at first I didn't understand it, but when I was trying to like dive into it, I get it a little bit. You know what I mean? And I tell people, because a lot of people like horoscope don't matter. It doesn't, but you have traits of different signs that
are consistent
lies inside you.
And I ain't gonna stay on this too long. We're gonna switch back to what is mostly important. But
let's talk
for
about
anybody who is thinking that horoscopes are not real or too generalized, horoscopes is different than the month of your birthday. Okay, we need if you want to come to the Dr. Horoscope.
Come on, doctor.
Which is me.
Come on.
I would need your
Miss
full birth time and where you were born, because when you get the time of your birth, it actually breaks down that individual
More than just what your
more
month
than just your
is.
birthday, and
I like
that's where
that.
people don't go that deep. They leave it at I ain't like no all these other tours. You may not be because you're made up 20 other
you
planets.
communicate like a, you love like a,
correct.
you work like a. Okay.
And every planet, what Desiree just talked about, work, communication, love, there's a different planet for every
each.
one of those. So I love like a Taurus. I love very hard. I'm a bull. I get very possessive.
I'm very loyal.
Very loyal. I told Desiree.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sis.
Somebody basically told me one time, y'all, and at first I didn't understand it, but now I do. Your loyalty gonna get you, effed up.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, what? I thought when you be loyal, it's supposed to be a return. But see, you so loyal sometimes that everybody don't have that same type of genetic or same type of energy that you're on. So,
and loyalty means different for everybody.
Loyalty means different for everybody. You're absolutely right.
Do you think that you're more loyal to others than to yourself?
Yes.
That's a problem.
It's to the point where times, and I'm working on that this year, y'all, so hold me accountable. I will have so much loyal and so much like into somebody else that I slip on myself. Sometimes I have to look in the mirror and be like, what's up? You know what I mean? What going on? Like I be have to talk just like that. What going on? You know what I'm saying?
No,
but
facts.
For real, because you got to get right with yourself. And self, y'all, it's like I keep saying self because
it starts with you. Like that's what I was about to go into. So when you was talking about loyalty and stuff, like even that stuff goes into mindset building and getting you right. The thing, ask yourself what things you look for from other people. You look for loyalty for other people. You look for communication. You look for honesty. You look for trust.
But what do you look for in
yourself? That's deep.
And we're going to take a pause real quick. What do you look for in yourself? You almost got to ask yourself that every day until you figure out what you look for in yourself. Seriously.
Another pause.
Because I don't think they understand what they need to be looking into. Because
they don't. And we're taking these dramatic pauses because honestly, I'm saying this out loud just like what we were saying earlier. I'm saying this to myself though, because you brought up loyalty and I'm like, dang, like I'm just like that. I'm loyal to everyone more than I am to myself. It also made me think about the healing. I've been doing my healing conversations. And one thing I told myself with the person that I was healing with was that I need to be a friend to me before I can be a friend to
anybody
or
else.
to anyone else. I
say that one more time, Maya. I don't think they heard. Like break it down because you said it too fast.
Yeah, you need to be
Okay.
A best friend.
To your who?
To yourself.
And then you can worry about.
And then you can worry about being best friends
to somebody
else. And that's very, very important. And a lot of us, we don't even know how to be good friends to ourselves.
Take yourself out on a date. I think it's so crazy. I told Mike this year, I'm traveling. I'm going out.
You did.
You going out? I'm going.
Where you going, sir?
I don't know where I'm going yet, but I don't know if I want to be in states or out of states, but I'm going by myself, y'all. It's important. You don't even know what you like, dislike, until you do something by yourself. Yeah. It's important. So I challenge y'all to go do something by yourself. I go to stores. I know a person who can't even go to the gas station by herself, because at the end of the day, you ain't got time to think for real, because you're never by yourself.
You're never by yourself.
So it's important to go do things by yourself.
Yeah.
Go book your yoga class by yourself. For real, man. Go to the grocery store.
Why is it so uncomfortable for people to be... And maybe I think that kind of goes back to upbringing a little bit.
You could say that.
Because I feel like I have always been with my siblings and my mom and everything else that I'm just used to that. Is it a used to type of thing? Like, I know I get in the car and I automatically call people. Don't spend time with myself in the car.
And I'm the opposite. You know what? It might be a grow up thing, because growing up, it was me. You feel what I'm saying? We'll dive into that, y'all. Man, I don't want to get into that. But
yeah, we'll come back to that topic.
It's definitely
it's a train thing. You have to train to be by yourself. I don't think it's a natural thing. I mean, we come out of our moms. If you really want to we're already attached to something. You have to teach yourself to be okay with self. And once you do that, consistency will be a lot much easier. Self-discipline will be a lot much easier. Holding yourself accountable, I think, is a lot easier when you're able to do things by yourself. Because even we were talking about earlier before we hopped on the podcast about accountability.
Right.
You can't make everybody your accountability partner. And even once you make a person accountability partner, and so, I was a little lit on this conversation at the dining room table a few weeks ago, but we talked about because she do too much. She literally does. But you still have to hold yourself accountable, even with accountability partner.
No,
y'all.
facts.
Accountability is just a reminder. It's just an extra push.
Exactly.
You
know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part.
No, for real though.
Yeah.
So if you can't do it, you can't be mad at your accountability partner for not calling. If you ain't do it yourself, that's just the extra. It's the extra. It ain't what it is.
It's the extra. And real quick, I want to do a wrap up, Maya.
Wrap up?
Oh, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do a wrap up and let's talk about it.
On me. Got it. Wrap up on let's talk about it.
So basically we discussed today consistency,
self-discipline,
accountability, and accountability partner, or just for yourself.
We also discussed some different things that people can do to start that consistency, to start that accountability, to start that self-discipline.
You're absolutely right.
Doing the schedules and
going to places by yourself. Routines. So make sure y'all watch the full episode of the podcast so you all can understand. Mm-hmm. Not understand. Understand.
Ooh.
Understand, because it starts with within.
It starts within.
So y'all got to stop understanding and understand.
That's a new word.
Understand.
Okay. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I like that.
Because it starts from the inner.
So are we hot toddy? All right. So since it's the first episode, let me explain to you what hot toddy, or would you go ahead and explain it to him, sir?
All right, y'all. So hot toddy is where y'all get
it's getting real spicy.
The hot tea. The hot tea. Hold on.
Hot sauce.
Break it down. Hot tea.
Texas Pete.
The hot tea.
What's the other hot sauces?
So hottie toddy. So this is the first episode, so y'all don't understand the different categories and different segments that we're going over. So understand when hot toddy come on, turn up your mics, sit back, put your seatbelt on,
grab a pen and paper if you're not driving.
Oh, okay. And if you are driving, you better screen record. Oh, okay. So let's dive into it, Maya.
I'm doing first.
You doing first.
All right, so with Hot Toddy, I will be dropping branding stuff. I will be dropping.
So y'all, in our Hottie Toddy, we got whiskey, hot tea. What's the tea flavor today? Mint,
a little bit of lime,
okay,
and some honey.
And
And honestly, this is a real hot tea drink that you can drink when you're not feeling well.
I like that. You know, so y'all make sure, but I'm going to taste it, y'all, because I never had a hot toddy. Maya is the one who had a hot toddy before. I never had a hot toddy before, y'all. So this is my first time. She swears so good. We'll see.
We're in Britain. Oh,
mm-hmm.
We drink tea at 1 and 3 and 5.
I don't know, y'all, but that's our segment. It's Hottie Toddy. The tea is okay. I would have asked for a little bit more honey, but the tea is good.
Okay, perfect. Now it's gem dropping. Now it's really the
It's nothing else to talk about. These steps, the steps that we're giving y'all in any Hot Toddy segment, put them together and actually start doing actionable steps towards whatever it is that you want to do. Resonate from what we say.
Got it. So I'm going to give y'all 2 Hot Toddies. I'm going to give you one in branding and I'm going to give you one in real estate.
Let's go.
Branding first, all right? Social media is growing, and it's not just growing on Instagram, it's growing on all platforms, right? So what I want you guys to do is start creating content that is multiverse, that it can be used on all platforms.
I like that.
Research what a YouTuber is looking at. Research what a TikToker is looking at. You might not be able to make that content multiverse every single time.
Yes.
But once in a while, if you drop in the right type of information, if it looks good, it will trend on all platforms. All right. That's brand Hot Toddy, real estate Hot Toddy.
Okay.
Interest rates are balancing out.
Let's
right?
go.
I want y'all to not get confused, though, with these COVID interest rates, okay? It was a once-in-a-lifetime thing, okay? COVID interest rates at the 2s and the 3% was not what the interest rate was before 2019. So when my people are reaching out to buy a home and they're like, oh, I'm waiting for it to drop down to 2%. Baby, if we don't go into a pandemic, it ain't dropping down to 3%, okay? So I need you guys to work on your credit a little bit more.
Work on what?
Your credit.
Oh, okay.
Get with Building with Des for all of that. Get your finances together and stop being so scary.
Let's go.
So fearful of owning something.
Let's
because
go.
Real estate is the biggest and most appreciated investment that you can make. You can drop off the car and it depreciates. You buy a house, best believe it's going up.
Let's go. And to piggyback off that, Maya, I'm not a tax strategy or anything like that. But y'all, real estate, the wealthy always invest in real estate because it's written off 100%. Let's talk about it. So it's important, even when you start. If we get mad at the millions and billions people, the wealthy people, because they don't pay as much taxes up, but you don't understand that they have now put housing up for people just like us. They have bought
rental properties, investment properties.
So they should get it written off 100% because the government cannot and will not be able to make every single thing
a thing. Also, too, like you just said with that as well, they're doing, not only are they obtaining this real estate, but they're doing it in their business, Desiree. That's something important, too. Y'all can do real estate in the business. Going into more credit, though.
Going into more credit. Y'all, real quick, let me drop a hottie toddy on personal credit and business credit. I'm going to give it to y'all real quick. So real quick, personal credit. I want y'all to start with this. And this, once again, is actionable steps that you can do tonight once you finish this podcast. First of all, go pull your credit report. Stop using Credit Karma. Okay? And I won't even say stop using Credit Karma, but let Credit Karma be your secondary.
What's the first form?
You should be using Experian.com or Identity IQ. Once again, Experian.com or Identity IQ, whatever floats your boat, whatever's in your budget. But we should be...
Buy the membership.
Let's go. Buy the membership because we don't... Anything free, we don't want.
We don't want that.
Let's talk about it. But definitely, back to it. Make sure that you pull your credit report. Make sure that you analyze the whole credit report, meaning your personal information. I'm finna leave y'all with something. Right. If you have multiple names, call and get it deleted. It should only be one name. If you have multiple address, call and get deleted, and make sure it's the same address that's on your current ID or driver's license. Make sure that you got one date of birth. Make sure you got one employer. Y'all don't understand that collections are tied to old employers.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. So make sure that it's one employer. And that's very important for us personal credit before you even start working on your credit. That's important. Before you even start working on your credit, make sure that you update your personal information. Business Gem, real quick. A lot of people want to know how to get structured, how to get this funding. But before you could do all that, you got to have a what, Maya? A structured business.
A structured business.
So real quick, I want to leave y'all with, when you're making your LLC name, stop putting your business inside your name. If you do trucking, it does not have to say Des Trucking. It could clearly say Des Solutions LLC. Correct. And you always go get a DBA. A DBA is
a defined business.
Doing business as. So you're doing business as Des Trucking, but your LLC that's registered with the state is Des Solutions. So y'all make sure y'all stop putting your business name in your LLC name. Correct. Because you limited your funding. Not saying that you will not get funding, but who don't want the max funding? You limit
the opportunities.
Stop using your home address. Go get you a virtual address. You could go visit opus.com, regis.com, and go get you a virtual address, right? Alliance. Get you a business phone number. Stop using your 470-404. I'm in Georgia, you all, so our area code is a little bit different. Right. But go get you an 877-888-866 business phone number. Matter of fact, and while you're doing that, make sure you go get a business email. Stop using @Gmail. You're a joke to the lenders. I'm here to tell you all, it should be info at your business name, right? Stop using Gmail, Yahoo, and all of those things.
It's all about relationships, y'all. And even with these banks, even though you don't know JP Morgan himself, you're building a relationship with his entity.
You're building a relationship with his entity. So it's important that we are structured when we're going up for funding. Everybody want to go to the funding, but you got to make sure that you structure personal credit-wise, business credit-wise, just in case you do have to PG. And for the ones that don't know what PG is, it's personal guarantee. So you're basically putting your personal credit behind your business, basically saying, if my business fails tomorrow, y'all got me.
So basically what Des is saying is you can skip the personal profile and not do Experian and not invest into yourself, right? But you're not gonna get that far.
Right.
You want to always have both.
Both is the best of both worlds, right? So you could build that non-PG business credit. I teach that too. But I also teach, work on your personal. Get this max funding. Get these business credit cards. And if y'all didn't know, I'm going to leave y'all with this. The wealthy get business credit cards because they don't report to your personal. I'm going to say that again. The wealthy get business credit cards and business funding in a business name, cards in a business name, because it does not hit your personal credit. Correct. So it's important that we really don't touch the personal credit, but we use it to back us up. Right. We use it to say, hey, you can trust me. Right. So that's important, y'all. I'm going to leave y'all with that.
Oh, that was great. You dropped a lot of gems.
Thank you.
For more information, go follow Building with Ez.
And for more information, if y'all want to see more episodes like this, seriously, if y'all like this, like, comment, subscribe.
Follow all social media platforms for Take It For What It's Worth.
Let's go.
Like we said, we out here dropping gems. If you want to take it, you're doing great. If you don't want to take it, to each his own. Right. But we out here really taking and dropping some worthy gems. Like I said, my name is Maya Burris, your favorite branding strategist and favorite realtor. Follow me at Maya Burris Co. BURRUS Co. Talk to him, Des.
I like that. And as you all know, I'm Big Desi, but you follow me at any social media platform at Building with Des, because when you get with me, when I mentor you, when you talk to me, you're gonna build. That's the whole thing of my platform, is to build with me, grow with me, and I also help you grow and things of that nature. So once again, Desiree McPhee. Follow me on all social media platforms at Building with Des. I teach you not only how to build business credit and build personal credit, but how to leverage it. Let's go.
Success all 2023.
All 2023. And
Take it for what it's worth.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe,
comment. Follow. Tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your auntie.
Let's go. If y'all want to see more episodes like this, make sure you tuned in.
Ooh, bow out. Dun-dun-dun-dun.